So today we have our third theory class of NLP. Before this, we have completed lexical analysis and semantic analysis. And we have seen a couple of coding examples also on that. So we can say that our lexical analysis part and semantic analysis part is complete. So now we'll take lexical and syntactic is complete. Lexical and syntactic is complete. So today we'll take the next step in NLP analysis, which is semantic analysis. So you might be wondering what is the difference between lexical analysis, semantic analysis, and syntactic analysis. So that's where we'll start today. And we will unfold a couple of more new concepts today. And today's class is very simple. I think somebody has to go on mute actually. So maybe Himanshu or somebody should go on mute. Dr. Shailesh, you're not gone on mute. Okay. So that's where we are, and we'll unfold some simple concepts today. And we'll keep the class very simple. And as syntactic analysis, we have 2 theory classes, and after that we'll see some coding examples. Okay. So these are the topics we are covering today. One is semantic analysis. We'll cover in 3-4 steps. And we'll cover some concepts like homographs, homophones, homonyms. Then we'll cover what is polysemy, and we'll then cover something called ontology, which will like unfold this concept, what it means and what it represents, what it means for us. And we'll unfold one more concept, which is word sense disambiguation. So these are the simple, that is the simple agenda for today. Today there is now no coding in this class. So maybe we'll have a coding class in the evening. So what is semantic analysis? So we'll cover this in 3 PPTs, 3 slides. So like semantic analysis is basically like syntactic analysis, we draw till part of speech tagging. So we ended each word, what its meaning. The word may be a noun, word may be a verb may be adjective, verb may be a determiner. So we ended our syntactic analysis there. So there was no meaning kind of there. So there was no meaning component involved. So in syntactic analysis, we are concerned more of meanings. Okay. And as a person, we immediately understand meaning. We don't need any prior syntactic or lexical analysis to understand the meaning of sentence. Directly reading the sentence, we get the meaning. But for computers, it is not like that. We have to make some special efforts so that computers understand and interpret sentences. Paragraphs are whole documents. So we'll in syntactic analysis, we'll deal with computers to understand and interpret sentences. First of all, sentences, paragraphs, and whole document. So that's what we are concerned with today in syntactic analysis. So in this process, we will analyze the grammatical structure of maybe sentence, paragraph, or document. So we are getting into a little deeper, and we are analyzing the grammatical structure and the relationship between individual words in a particular context. So here context is very important. Context matlab whatever we call as sandarbha means in what under what subject we are talking, in overall context, what is the overall context. So in syntactic analysis, overall context is very important. So we in syntactic analysis will concern more of analyzing the grammatical structure, and we'll identify the relationship between objects like Rama is a good boy. So Rama is a good boy. So here boy is related with Rama. We are talking about Rama. So similarly, if we have longer sentences, so later half of sentences may be related with the first half of the sentence, or maybe the first few sentences, later few sentences might be related to the first few sentences in longer sentences. So it is where and sometimes very long sentences of maybe 2-3 lines. A sentence is very big of 2 lines or 3 lines. and the last three words are individual words are related with first four words. So it becomes very difficult for computer to analyze the relationship between the objects because the relationship is very long. So we are starting a sentence, writing 2-3 lines of sentence, complete sentence, and at the end, whatever we are writing, so that is what is related with the first part of the sentence. So it becomes very difficult for the computer to understand those kind of relationships. But that's what is our challenge in semantic analysis. Okay. So then we get into our little more deeper into syntactic analysis. So the most important task of semantic analysis is to get the proper meaning of the sentence. Understood? I think this we have discussed earlier. We are concerned with, we want to get the meaning of the sentence in syntactic analysis. Then let us consider one sentence like Shiva is great. So like Shiva is great. So here Shiva, a person who little bit understand Hindu mythology will know that Lord Shiva is a prominent god in Hindu mythology. Okay. So this person, when he talks about Shiva is great, so he might be talking about Shiva as a person. Like in South India, southern part of India, Shiva is a very common name. So that person might be talking about a Shiva as a person, as an individual person who is not very well known, or he might be talking about Lord Shiva. So that's what we need to disambiguate. So that's what we need to disambiguate, whether this person is talking about Lord Shiva or whether this person is talking about Shiva as a common man. Okay. So this type of analysis we will cover in syntactic analysis. Okay. Then we have some kind of more concepts to unfold here. So little bit tongue twisters here. So homographs, homophones, and homonyms. So spend a minute to understand these three circles which are intermingled in each other. So spend a minute to read this text on the. Please spend a minute to read this text on the screen, and then I'll explain what is it. So if you see that this blue particular, the bluer circle, bluer bigger circle, so it is nothing but heterograph. So heterograph means like heterograph. So it is something called heterograph. It's a new word, heterograph. So it does mean for us is that pronunciation is same, but spelling is different. So here you see example is also given TO2, TOO2, and TWO2. So these spellings are different, but spellings are different, but pronunciation is same. And if spellings are different, that's why meanings are also different. Then come to the right hand side, heteronym. Like heteronym means different sounding, different sound, same spelling. Like same spelling, but different sound and meaning. Okay, so like desert, DESERT, and DESERT, desert. So like spelling is same here. Like heteronym, spelling is same, DESERT. So one desert means leaf, and other desert means like arid region like Sahara Desert or Thar Desert in India or Sahara Desert in Taurus. So in heteronym we have same spelling but different meaning. Previously we had heterograph, which is same pronunciation. Okay. So then you come to this pinkish outer circle, synonym. So I think all of us are familiar with what is synonym. Synonym means same word, different same word, like it's like different words, but meaning is same. Different words are there, but meaning is same. So now, like like you get into this, we discuss heterograph, heteronym, and synonym. So these are the outer broader terms we discuss. So now let us get into homophone. So homophone, what is homophone? Homophone is same pronunciation but different meaning. Same pronunciation. Homophone is same pronunciation but different meaning. Homograph means same spelling, different meaning, and synonym means same spelling, same meaning, and same meaning but different words. So I might be confusing you more. So still I will, but it is very evident and very clear from the picture which is given here. So I will suggest you spend a couple of minutes to read these three circles. So first is your like same pronunciation, is which is called same pronunciation means homophone. Same spelling means your homograph, and synonym we are already aware. So synonym is very distinct from homograph and homophone. So homophone is same pronunciation, different meaning. Homograph is same spelling but different meaning. Same spelling but different meaning, like desert and desert can be used in two sense. And synonym we are already aware. These are different words. Pronunciation also different, spelling also different, but meaning is the same. Synonym we are already aware. So these are the type of challenges we will face when we do our semantic analysis. So same word desert can be, it is a longer document, and desert can be used in one sentence as desert means to leave, and in some other sentence down the line in the same document, desert may be talking about Thar desert or the Sahara desert. Okay. Then we have, in same sentence, you might have two TOO and TWO. So these three are very common sentences. So two, and two. So pronunciation is same, but meaning is entirely different, and usage also is entirely different. So that is your homophone. And when we use the same pronunciation, same spelling and different meaning, so that we use as we use a homograph. So difference between homophone, homograph, and synonym. So can anybody tell me the difference between homophone, homograph, and synonym? Would anybody like to try? Dr. Shailesh, would you like to try? Homophone.
Homophone is same pronunciation and different meaning.
Okay, what is homograph?
Homograph is same spelling like TO, TW, and TO too.
No. Homograph is different. Homograph is same spelling.
Same spelling. Sorry, homograph is same spelling like a desert. Where desert can be like this region, or he was deserted, so he was left like that. And synonym means we know that it is different words but same meaning. But my question is heterograph and homophone. So which one is the primary definition or terminology? Homophone or heterograph?
Heterograph and heteronym I have heard very less. So whatever we hear more is homophone and homograph.
Okay.
So these words are more common. So I think these things are clear, and this is, I have included this definition just to give you the challenges which you will face while doing semantic analysis. So these kind of, you might have homophones, homographs, synonyms. So these kind of things you may face in your different sentences. One sentence itself, you can find desert is used in a different meaning in the same sentence. Then you can so he is too clever. He is too clever to read it. He is too clever to read it. So in first half of the sentence, two is TOO, and in the second half of the sentence, it is two, TO2. So like desert, I was asked to desert the desert. Like he might be an army person who is taking his convoy from desert, and he got one order from his commandant that immediately leave the desert. maybe some danger they are encountering there. So the full commander, full team was asked to desert the desert. So leave the desert. So these things you have to disambiguate. And synonyms, I think, pretty much we are clear. And then apart from that, we have intersection of these circles, which are on the things which you can have a look when you get these PPTs. So next is polysemy. So polysemy is another concept in the language. So these are all language science concepts which we need. These are posed as challenges to making. So if you want to make a computer to understand some sentence, so these are the challenges all computer will face. So polysemy. What is polysemy? Polysemy is the property of words to have different senses. So for example, the noun book, the noun word book, B-O-O-K, book can refer to the following. Book can be a simple book, which is literary work, and then it can be a stake of wages, that also is called book. A record of business transaction, like account books, we call books of account. So it can be used in that sense, record of business transaction. A record of bets, like records of bets, that is also called books. And a list of buy and sell orders in the financial market. So like in stock market, you are buying and selling some share. So if we make a list, so that kind of list is also called book. So here, but if you want to make computer to understand these sentences, you have to use only one of these multiple meanings. So if you are talking in the library context, then the book will be meaning, or definitely it will meaning in the book means your book, which are kept on the back. Okay, so that will meaning that. And if you are talking stock market context, then it is a list of buy and sell orders. So that's what you need to different context. Book has different meanings. Okay, so that's what you make. You need to make computer to understand that. Easy for humans, but if you think a bit, it is very difficult for a machine to do this kind of work. So that is called polysemy. So I'll repeat different concepts which we have learned today. One is homophone, homograph, synonym. Then one is polysemy. Polysemy is like word can have different senses. So that is polysemy. Then we come to the next slide of our building blocks. So what are the building blocks of our semantic analysis? So building blocks means, suppose we do semantic analysis. So what are the important constituent elements if we do semantic analysis? So what are the important parts? So first is entities. So entities is nothing but individuals, like a particular person or a location. So example given is Haryana. Haryana, India is an entity, and Ram is the name of a person or a person of Lord Rama. So they are all entities, individual names, specific names. So they are entities, concepts. Concept means if we generalize location and Ram, so Haryana can be generalized as states in India. So that states in India is called a concept. Rama is a person. So if we generalize it person, then that is called concepts. So concept is nothing but general category of individuals. So entities are individuals, maybe location or name. Concepts are general categories of individuals. So maybe Haryana. So if you are talking about Haryana, so Haryana are the states in India. So that is a general category. So that states may be 30, 32, whatever number of states India has, maybe 30. So those 30 is their general concept. So it represents 30 states, general concept, general category. So that is called concept. And person. So Lord Rama belongs to person category. So that category name is called concept. So we have two more building blocks, which are relationships. So like relationship between entities. Like someone lives in Chhindwara. So someone lives in Chhindwara means this relationship between entities is called relations. So Rama is a person. So Rama can be Lord Rama and Rama can be person. So Rama is very prominent god for Hindus living in India. So this is a representing a relationship. And Rama is a person. So he's a common man whose name is Rama. So this also one another piece of confusion for the computer, whether Rama is being talked in the sense of Lord Rama or whether Rama is talked in the sense of a person. So that's what so the relationship you got it, and then predicates. So predicates is having a proper semantic analysis definition, but it was very it was not that great definition given. So I have included here simple English language definition of predicates. So predicate means shows the action in a sentence. So predicate is simply it shows action in a sentence. So like she danced. So she is a subject. She is a subject, and dance is a predicate. It talked. It talked means might be we are talking about a robot or a parrot. So it talked. So talked is a talked is nothing but a predicate. I sing. I is the subject, sing is a predicate. So dance, talked, and sings are predicates. So these four I will repeat once again. We have entities. So I'll go to the back slide. We have entities which are nothing but specific individuals. So it may be a state, it may be a city, it may be a location, anything specific. So it can be in a person's name. So that is Haryana, India, can be Haryana, comma India can be separate entities. So one time we are talking about Haryana, we are talking about a specific state in India, and we are talking when India, we are talking about India. When we are talking about a specific country in Asia. So both can be separate entities. And then Rama. So Rama is a name of can be name of Lord Rama. It can be represent Lord Rama. It can represent a common man. So that is your entity. Concept. So concept is the general category. So general category of state, Haryana is state or a city. So that is called Bangalore is a city. So Bangalore is an entity and city is a concept. And like Lord Rama, so like simple man, common man Rama. So common man Rama, so Rama is an entity and Rama is a person. Rama represents a person. So Rama is entity and person is concept. So these are two things, and two more things are relationships. So relationships is pretty straightforward. Rama is a person, so it is representing a relationship, and predicate. So predicate shows action in sentence. So she talked, dance, talked, and sing here are predicates. So I take a minute back break here, and if anybody has any question till here, please let me know. Dr. Shailesh, any question?
No, I think it's a
pretty simple, yeah, pretty straightforward concepts we are discussing. So something called now semantic analysis. I like semantic analysis, lexical analysis, lexically and syntactically correct programs may still contain other errors. So now we are discussing why we need semantic analysis. So if your program is lexically correct and syntactically correct. So lexical and syntactic we have discussed earlier. If you are forgotten those concepts, any of those concepts, I think you need to refer to my PPTs. You will get there what is the difference between lexical analysis and syntactic analysis. So if your programs are correct lexically and syntactically, but still it may have some errors. What errors those are? Those we'll see that. So lexical and syntax, lexical and syntax analysis are analyzers. It should be analyzers actually. So lexical and syntax analyzers are not powerful enough to ensure the correct usage of variable objects and functions. Very pretty clear. Lexical analysis and syntactic analysis cannot disambiguate between Rama. So we are talking about Rama. So whether we are talking about Lord Rama or a person Rama. So lexical and syntactic analysis cannot do this kind of differentiation. So they don't have any context. So they do some kind of only, they end with POS tagging. So POS tagging means Rama is a noun and that is a like a determiner, what is determiner, what is verb. So it ends there. Structure of sentence. It has no context given to it. So in that when we add context to that syntactic and lexical analysis, then it becomes semantic analysis. In semantic analysis, we ensure that program satisfies a set of rules regarding the usage of programming constructs like variables, objects, expressions, and statement. So like in syntactic analysis, we add up context as well as some grammatical rules to the analysis. So we add up context. Context means sandarbh, whatever we call in Hindi, and some grammatical rule when we add to lexical and syntactic analysis, it becomes semantic analysis. So here we are discussing why semantic analysis is an advanced step compared to lexical and syntactic analysis. So only one can take one point if you want to carry away from here is you can assume that syntactic analysis is having a context. It's a context-based analysis. In some context, we are analyzing the structure. We are in a context we are analyzing one word. So when we add context, then it becomes a syntactic analysis. And in syntactic analysis, we are concerned with meaning of the sentence. And syntactic analysis, we are concerned with the syntax, like which is noun, which is verb, which is determiner, which is predicate. So like that we are concerned with. So more the syntax of the sentence. But here in syntactic analysis, we add context, and in the context we find out the meaning of a sentence. So that is what syntactic analysis is more advanced than lexical and syntactic analysis. So semantic analysis is more advanced than lexical and syntactic analysis. So this particular construct I am repeating very now and then. So in syntactic analysis, main parts were syntactic analysis. First one I'm talking about. Stemming, lemmatization, and part of speech tagging. So I think everyone understands by now what is stemming, what is lemmatization, what is part of speech tagging. And it ended with part of speech tagging, syntactic analysis. In semantic analysis, we are concerned something with ontology and then word sense disambiguation. So word sense disambiguation is pretty simple. Like, as I said, Shiva is great. So whether Shiva is being talked in a sense of a common man or Shiva is talked in the sense of Lord Shiva. So word says ambiguous words, like Shiva is the ambiguous word here. So we want to disambiguate it, like whether it is representing Lord Shiva or it is representing a common man. So that's what word sense disambiguation, and something called named entity recognition. So whatever entities we saw here, these named entities, Haryana, Rama, so individual person, this entity, when we are given a paragraph or we are given a document, in that we want to analyze which entities are present and what is the relationship of these entities with one another. So that's where we are more concerned in semantic analysis. What are the entities, first of all, present in the document, and what is the relationship with each other? So that's where we are more concerned with. And the last name, if you see, if you little bit we abbreviate it, it is called NER, famously called NER, named entity recognition. So now you understand what is named entity recognition. Understand which are the entities present, like name of the person, name of the state, name of the city. So these things, what are these things present, and what is the relationship with each other? So this is named entity recognition. Word says this disambiguation I have already explained. A word is used in disambiguous sense, so you need to disambiguate. You have to find the clear meaning. Rama is great. So Rama is great means Rama is the ambiguous word here. Why it is ambiguous? Because it can be used in a sense of a common man whose name is Rama, or it can be used Rama is in sense of Lord Rama, right? So that is what word says, an ontology. So now we are coming to ontology in the next step. So this particular flow also I have repeated multiple times. So here this is more meaningful. Lexical and syntactic we have already covered. The output of lexical analysis, semantic syntactic analysis was your POS tagging. So we ended our syntactic analysis with POS tagging. That's what we ended. Before that was simple lexical analysis. After that, now we are coming to semantic analysis. So ontology. So ontology is something you might have not heard so far because it is not a very common thing. So ontology will be very clear to you. So ontology is to describe a relationship between exactly two concepts or entities. So when you describe the relationship between two entities or two concepts or a entity and a concept, that is called ontology. So I will repeat again. It is describing relationship between two entities or relationship between two concepts or relationship between entity and concept. This kind of science is called ontology. Okay, so it will be very clear to you now. Ontologies are frameworks for representing shareable and reusable knowledge across a domain. So why we need ontology? Because maybe as a human, when we read the sentence, we may not need this kind of ontology things. But computers, we are talking all automation here, right? So here all we are talking about automation like word search, disambiguation, named entity recognition. It is very obvious to humans. But when we get into automation with the help of computers, then these things become very important. And these are the great challenges in semantic analysis. The word says disambiguation and the named entity recognition, relationship between entities. But now what we are talking about, knowledge is there. Knowledge is there in the form of a document. So we want to share it with another computer automatically, like we want to make it shareable and reusable. So how to represent that knowledge? So that is what is your ontology. So now you will understand it better. So this is an ontological graph. So this is an ontology chart. You can understand. So spend a minute to see what is given here. So here these are two entities. So concepts and entities are given in different ellipses, and then joining lines are representing their relationship. Okay. So first of all, come to the bottommost part of that. You will see that a white ellipse is there in which Cat Thomas is written. Consultant Cat Thomas. So can anybody locate that? Everybody locate it? Cat Thomas. Anybody difficulty? Having difficulty in representing Cat Thomas? Himanshu, could you locate where is Cat Thomas written?
Yes, sir.
So Cat Thomas. So Cat Thomas is a consultant. So Kate Thomas is an entity, consultant is a concept. So concept is nothing but concept is called concept we understand now. So and Kate Thomas is the entity. So now Kate Thomas is a consultant who is working from Bob Jones. So Bob Jones you see on the right hand side, employee Bob Jones is written. So Kate Thomas is a consultant who works with employee Bob Jones. So this is knowledge, right? Knowledge, right? What is the knowledge? Cat is working with Bob. Cat Thomas is working with Bob. So this is a piece of knowledge, right? It's information, knowledge. So this is the knowledge representation. Then Cat Thomas, Cat works on sales process design project. So if you see this purple eclipse below, so their project is given. Both Bob Jones and Kate Thomas, they work on sales process redesign process. So both of them work on sales process redesign project. So this is also a piece of knowledge. So first piece of knowledge is Kate Thomas works with Bob Jones, and both of them work for a project called sales process redesign. Is it not knowledge which is given it can be given in the form of sentences? First sentence is Kate Thomas is a consultant who works with another employee, Bob Jones. So this is first sentence. Second sentence is both Kate Thomas and Bob Jones work for a project by the name Sales Process Redesign. So this is another sentence. So like this, if you decode all this particular all this particular diagram, you will get 5, 6, 7 sentences, 6 or 7 sentences. So these sentences put together will form a document. So we are representing knowledge, right? So now here we are representing knowledge for a computer and it is in a shareable form. See, it is very straightforward for computer to understand. All these ellipses are representing entities or concepts, and these connectors are connecting lines are representing the relationship. So this is kind of in the form of shareable knowledge, right? The simple representation of a document, simple representation of a text document we have done in a shareable form. So this is called your ontology. And see another sentence, like another Bob reports to Ellis Reddy. So see on the extreme right hand side on the top there is a name called Ellis Reddy. So Bob Jones reports to Ellis Reddy. So this is another piece of information. Ellis Reddy, Ellis Reddy works for a company called Widget Incorporated. Okay. So Widget Incorporated has a contract with Consult Incorporated. So like that, it's a piece of knowledge combined together. So we are representing it in the simple form, which is a shareable form for a computer. If we do automation, it is a shareable form. So like this, we call ontology, and not much we will be using it in our further course, or whenever you will be given your assignments in companies. We may not be using it, but still you should understand the concept what is ontology, because it is an important constituent element of entire semantic analysis process. So ontology is done. This is ontology. Now next is word sense disambiguation. I have discussed it many times. So word sense disambiguation I have discussed many times. So I'm not repeating it. So like here one example is given. Here. Two sentences are given. I can hear bass sound, BASS, which is highlighted in yellow. I can hear bass sound. He likes to hear. He likes to eat grilled bass. So here bass is a fish, and in first sentence bass is nothing but representing quality of sound. So both are bass or spelling is same, but meaning and usage in different sentences is different. So this is called when you do disambiguation, means every time you read and encounter bass, you have to see the context. So if bass is used in the context of sound, very clearly represent the quality of sound. And when we are representing eat grilled bass, so that time bass represent a type of fish. Okay. So this is nothing but one example of word says disambiguation. And then this is a word says disambiguation engine, just for your knowledge, like how it works. Like you are feeding the engine one sentence called we are fond of fruit which we are fond of fruit such as kiwi and banana. So we are feeding this context into the engine. Then target word to analyze target word to analyze is kiwi. So kiwi might represent New Zealand, full New Zealand team, like if you know New Zealand cricket team. So they are called kiwis, and kiwi is a fruit also. So in some sentence we encountered kiwi, which is used in the sense of New Zealand cricket team, and we encountered kiwi in sense of fruit. So now we have to disambiguate it. So context. So here we are feeding the context first. So what context we are feeding? Context is we are fond of fruits such as kiwi and banana. So here this context we are feeding. So in this context, kiwi will be your some more resources you may feed, like you may want to do some kind of analysis before you do this. The word says disambiguation. Some kind of analysis like syntactic, semantic, syntactic and lexical analysis, or some dictionary resources. Some dictionary resources you feed to the engine. And when you enter WSD system, three things are required: resources to do the analysis, the target word, and the context. These are the inputs, and the output is. So in this context, clearly kiwi is a fruit. If I'm talking, if I target, I keep everything same. But I change the context that Kiwi team is, yesterday Kiwi team won with Australia. Kiwi team won with Kangaroos. So yesterday's match was won by Kiwis. So in that, if I feed that context, then Kiwi will become New Zealand team, cricket team. Okay, so that's how it works. And for this word sales identification, there are two type of methods available, which are supervised methods and unsupervised methods. So I think as a machine learning engineer, you are already learned classical machine learning and deep learning. So you are aware what is supervised method and what is unsupervised method. So unsupervised methods are best predictors. So this kind of disambiguation you can do best using supervised method. But there is a challenge with supervised method. Like you need to do hand labeling. Why variable? Na? Main variable, why variable, dependent variable is needed. So if sentence is there and the target meaning is not available, the meaning you have to first tag a meaning of a very large corpus, you have to tag it by hand. So all the meaning of all the words you have to feed manually. And then that corpus you have to use in supervised learning method. So that is the limitation of supervised method. Unsupervised methods are a little bit less accurate, and but still they can be applied more widely because they don't need any kind of labeling. They don't need any why. So these are the obvious differences of supervised method and unsupervised method. The same is applicable in words as disambiguation also. So I think these are some concepts which are I wanted to take. And before we take Q&A, I want to repeat what we have discussed today. I wanted to keep it very simple and straightforward today. So today we first of all covered what is semantic analysis. You understand it very well. So semantic analysis means getting into meaning of the sentence. In some context, getting into meaning of a sentence in some context automatically, okay? For human it is very obvious. So getting into meaning of the sentence in some context is called semantic analysis. It is an advanced step to lexical analysis. First we do lexical analysis, then we do syntactic analysis, and then advanced step is semantic analysis. We come to the meaning. So that's what is this. And then challenges I'm telling you, like word can be used in ambiguous statement. Ambiguous words can be like Shiva is great. So Shiva can be used in Lord Shiva context, or it can be Shiva can be name of a common man. So this kind of disambiguation you need to do. Then you have some concepts like homophone. Homophone means same pronunciation, different meaning. Homograph, same spelling, different meaning. And then synonym, I think I need not explain synonym. So I think this is pretty confusing. What is homophone, homograph? Might be a little difficult to remember as well. But once you get this PPT, you can have a look and maybe try to memorize what are the meanings. So these are the concepts we need to understand. And this is one of the challenge which your any automatic semantic analyzer. So words can be homophone, homograph, or synonym. So these kind of challenges all have to be resolved automatically by the computer. So this is why we have discussed, because it is one of the challenge in what we encounter in syntactic analysis. Then polysemy. So simple word book. Book can be a library book. It can be list of buy and sell orders in financial market. It can be a record of business transactions. So book, depending upon in which context it is used, having different meaning. So that is polysemy. Then we have building blocks of our semantic analysis. Entities means individual names like Haryana, Rama. They are individual, specific, very specific and individual names. So they are entities. Concepts is the general category. Haryana is a state of India. So state is here category. So it is a concept. Rama is a person. Rama represents a person. So person is a category here. So categories. So entities, concepts. Concepts are categories. Then we have relationships. Relationship very clear. Concept relationship between two entities or a entity and a concept. Predicates. So predicate means simple action. She danced, he talked, I sing. So in this, dance, talk, and sing are predicates. And mind it, I have not given the proper syntactic analysis or NLP definition. I have given a simple English definition here so that you understand. Then why semantic analysis is important? In lexical analysis and syntactic analysis, we end with POS tagging. And still it is not enough, right? Because we have not understood the meaning. So when we add a context to it and when we get into meaning of that, which is the advanced step, that is what semantic analysis is, the advanced step. First is your lexical, second is syntactic, and third is semantic. So now we are doing semantic analysis. Lexical and syntactic are already covered. Then ontology. So I'll take you straight to the graph. You have a paragraph given, a knowledge paragraph given, and you want to convert it to a computer shareable format. So this is the format used to store the knowledge in the form of a, so it can be searched easily, it can be shared easily. So that science is called ontology. So it is representing a piece of knowledge, a complete. So if you write this particular chart, this particular graph in the form of English sentences, so I think a complete paragraph of 6 or 7 sentences you will get. So that is what knowledge we are representing in the form of a graph. And why we are doing it? So it is so that it is easily searchable, so that it is easily shareable by computers. This knowledge is easily shareable. Then we have word search disambiguation. I think we have repeated it many times. Words are same word can be used in different meaning depending upon the context. Like I can hear brass sound. So brass here is a frequency of sound. He likes to eat grilled bass. He likes to eat grilled bass. So here bass is a fish. The same word, context is different, so meaning is also different. Now, how does word sense the automatic? Suppose you want to make an automatic engine, a software tool which separates, which gives you meaning of a context, meaning of a word in the particular context. So Kiwi is the target word which you want to disambiguate. Then you have to give context. Then you have to give resources. It might be some kind of analysis or some kind of dictionary. Then you feed all these three things into engine, and in that context, target word is getting analyzed using resources to the word kiwi fruit. So I explained an example of it. Kiwi can be a fruit. It can represent a New Zealand cricket team, or collectively it can represent New Zealand people. So depending upon the context, meaning is different. So I think I'll end here today, and pretty much anyway our hour is over. So I'll stop here as usual for a couple of minutes for a couple of questions. After that, we have next class this. So this is more into coding part of. These are all related to all this. This is the topic of next class. So related to this, we'll do all coding is there. All these concepts are coding. So far no coding, because concepts are very generic concepts we have discussed. So next class we will discuss more specific concepts. So all these are also part of semantic analysis, and then we'll do coding with which is related to this. Okay. So this is what named entity recognition, chunking, relationship detection, TF-IDF, which is text term document metrics. Then so Python and so on will be doing with that.